I'm gonna freak out.
We don't want that.
We don't want that.
Don't freak out.
Bro, I was just staring through the window.
Yeah, he's kind of looking.
Bro, there ain't no way she would actually that he would actually recognize her.
Through a menu?
Yeah, through a window in a restaurant full of a bunch of people. Oh, this is hot.
I'm there.
Oh yeah, you're not clear.
Mother.
This guy.
His face.
He's our cousin.
Nice.
Wait,
Our cousin?
was that?
Like you, me, cousin?
Yeah.
I'm Uncle Chaudhry's nephew.
Wait,
Through marriage.
dude, that's actually crazy.
Vicky's got
What a good actor.
Sprouted and
This man's clutch.
Yeah, he actually is, dude. He's actually a great actor for real.
He's acting within acting.
Uncle Chaudhry is from Pakistan. How come you have a British accent?
Oh, see, that was actually just a bit I was doing. I'm a huge fan of the Great British Bake Off. I love that show.
Whoa, that's actually insane, dude.
Nice to meet you,
Fold him.
cousin Kamran.
She's kind of sussy for
Okay,
real.
we should go.
I think I remember. You're looking at Haram things on the
He's like,
internet.
oh, yeah.
You haram.com, Ron. All right, dude.
All right.
Bro, the brother's everything I aspire to be, dude. Like my personality.
Shall we get
Boom, you looking for this?
Welcome back to BoomShot. I'm Kill. This is Colby, and
Yes, sir.
we have just finished watching Miss Marvel episode 2, and I have to say, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, we'll elaborate on our thoughts. First of all, we want to give a shout out to our boy Nicholas Garcia. He's really we appreciate our fans, especially dedicated fans. So thank you for watching, and thank everybody for watching. And let's hop right into the video. Okay, before we begin, you know, obviously I was out a week, so I need to give my thoughts.
People want to know.
The people want to know. We've had some couple people ask for my thoughts in episode 1. I thought it was pretty good. I was pretty intrigued by it. The whole central story is, you know, she goes to Avengers Con against her parents' will, and she saves Zoe. Good hero moment. I liked that. I liked her powers. I like how she got them, I guess. And I thought her suit was pretty dope. And I like Bruno too.
Bruno's
my guy. Bruno is my guy. We'll elaborate more on that in episode 2. So that's my quick thoughts on episode 1. Let's jump into episode 2. Okay. So what'd you think about it?
I liked it, man. I mean, the part we reacted to or put in the video, that was hilarious. That was genuinely fun.
I actually LOL'd on that one for real, dude. I really did. I thought it was hilarious. That guy's like everything I want to be with my personality, you know.
And then we got some intriguing moments at the end of the episode.
Yeah, so I guess we should probably start off with that right off the bat because that's probably what people want to see. So basically, at the end, she's getting chased by the DDoC, so Department of Damage Control. I'm not really sure why. I guess maybe why is she getting chased by the damage control? I still haven't figured that one out.
There's some ulterior motive here.
Yeah, I was so confused
I
was so confused when they popped up.
Yeah, it was kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah,
but I feel like they have to establish an antagonist, and I don't think it's necessarily the guy we saw. That's from No Way Home. Mm-hmm. I don't know his name.
The guy from No Way Home.
Yeah, the guy from No Way Home. I don't even know if he's named.
I think he isn't. I think he hasn't. Who knows?
Anyways, that you know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't think he's necessarily going to be the villain. He seems to have better intentions than the lady that popped up.
Yeah.
So I think maybe even she's working for somebody that, even though they're kind of like in Daredevil, how Kingpin is controlling.
Yeah, exactly. The
different departments.
Trusted Bros, you know. Or wait, what is it? Is it Trusted Move? Whatever. Anyway, that's not the point. So she's getting chased by the DOD or DDoC, and no, it would be DODC. Anyway, she's getting chased by the Department of Damage Control, and she escapes, hops in Cameron's car, and then they're driving or whatever. You're like, dang, how did Cameron know she was there? And then she turns around, and it's like her grandma from the Weird Vision things. You're like, okay, well this is weird. So what do you think? What do you think that was?
But then Cameron's like, this is my mom. I'm like, what?
Bro, low-key, Kamala is trying to get it with her grand uncle. Kind of sussy for real. She thought her grand uncle was hot. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's tough. I kind of had a sneaky suspicion about this guy. I feel like they do that a lot in shows and movies.
Like a random guy that the main character always, or girl that the main character always finds attractive is actually either a bad guy or somebody who's going to be a plot point.
Yeah, and they come off as too good to be true.
Yeah,
because it is.
Yeah, he definitely was too good to be true.
Yeah, because I think I don't know. I don't know if her great grandma is good or bad yet.
Nah,
it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't. Her name's Aisha, I guess, so we can start calling her Aisha. But I don't know if Aisha's. Yeah, I'm really not sure what her story is. Like, some are saying that she, like the people at the Eid celebration or whatever, were saying that she had like a curse, or whatever. And some are taking that to mean, our friends over at New Rock Stars. Shout out Eric Voss. We have friends. We have friends all over the YouTube community. We're so famous, but. He was saying that that's kind of like a reference to like Inhuman, maybe like an Inhuman, and it would make sense because like another thing that he pointed out is that she looked very young, and Inhumans also live longer than normal humans. And that would make sense too if she's had multiple partners, and that's why Cameron is so young. Yeah, and direct lineage, like that's his mom, and then that's Kamala's great grandmother. Yeah. And she hasn't aged, so yeah, that would make sense. So I wonder how that's going to work, though, because does that mean, like, because typically in the comics, like in humans, they have like a certain, I guess it's like a certain blood trait, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like a certain blood that reacts to Terrigen Mist. That's how it is in S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, so like they had a certain type of thing that reacts to Terrigen Mist, and then from that, their inhuman powers are formed. So maybe... like that bangle, maybe it has like a certain reaction to a certain, like maybe not blood type, but like I don't know, like maybe certain DNA trait, like it can tell, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, like activate it or something. Yeah, like and trigger the inhuman power, because Bruno did say that it wasn't coming from the bangle itself, it was from her. That's a pretty big reveal, which I'm glad about. Like, I think it would be kind of a cop-out and lame if it was just from the band. Because anybody that had it would be able to have the power. Yeah, also, it's like kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like Tony with his suit. Without the suit, he's kind of nothing, But, like, at least he was smart, but he's the only one that could, like, really have or create the suits. And use the suit, like, properly. Exactly. And so, if it was just the bangle, like, as soon as you take the bangle, like, anybody can use it and use it effectively. And I'm kind of glad that they, like, shifted that. Yeah, because that's how it is in the comics. But I feel like... So you think she's inhuman? Just like her great-grandma? They've got to introduce him at some point. And I guess they already did, technically, with Black Bolt. But they've got to introduce him in the 616 timeline at some point. And mutants, though. And yeah, we've been avoiding the term mutants, too, which is weird. Yeah, they another thing that, our friend Eric Voss pointed out is that... He's really good at his job. DDOC or DoDC referred to Kamala as enhanced instead of superpowered. They also did that with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in 2015 in Avengers 2. But at that time, they legally couldn't say the word mutants. Yeah, now they can. So why are they dancing around it? That's the question. Do you think? Yeah, I don't know. But I feel like they're sticking kind of to comic runs, which is good. I'm glad that they're doing that. They're sticking to certain comic runs. She is inhuman, so there's no way they retcon her story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's too big of something, too big of a part of her character to be retconned. Yeah. The fact that she is inhuman. Yeah, I don't know what they're waiting for to like officially use the term inhuman and mutant. Yeah, like that'd be like bringing Wolverine in and being like, yeah, he's just a guy. Enhanced. Like he's enhanced or superpowered. Like no, he's a mutant. Like that's like literally his character. So and part of Kamala, her character, is the fact that she is inhuman. So I hope they don't retcon that. I don't think they will. I think maybe by the end of this series we'll start referring to them as Inhumans. Hopefully, it's got to happen at some point. A lot of people thought it would happen in Doctor Strange. Yeah, and we didn't get Let There Be Mutants, the opposite of the House of M. As many people were suspecting with Wanda. So, I don't know. I mean, it's got to happen at some point. Yeah. So, I mean, why not this show? At least with Inhumans. Yeah, and it would make sense because, the show is literally about an Inhuman. And we haven't seen anything, up until this point. Other than Black Bolt, but that's in a different universe. Yeah, we got the Inhuman show, but, I mean... we don't talk about that. We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Inhumans. Except for the Bruno in the show. Yeah, which is a great segue because we do talk about Bruno. My man Bruno, I related to this man so much, dude. He just got overlooked. He's a tech guy. He gets overlooked, as soon as somebody gets a boyfriend, it's just gone. Him, dude. Bro, yeah, he's like, we hanging out after school, like, you trying to, go train, and she's like, can't train today, and then you see Cameron sitting on his car like a G, and it's like, bro, what is Bruno gonna do to stand up against this guy?
And maybe say she backed into a car. He tried that.
Yeah, he did try that, but
it didn't work. He was like, I failed mine too. Cameron comes in.
Yeah, the great uncle needed an in with Kamala. That's really what had to happen. He had to introduce her to his mother. That's Kamala's great grandmother. You know, it's a convoluted story, but it makes sense.
Yeah, I think in episode 1 when she first puts on I keep calling it a gauntlet.
We're not in the Infinity Saga anymore. Come on.
Yeah, the bangle. She falls backward into this like other dimension or something with a bunch of people there and like wide eyes or something. That felt inhuman. Yeah. Personally, from watching the show we don't speak of.
Yeah, the show that starts with an I.
It felt very inhuman. So I hope that's the route they go.
Yeah, I think it might be. I'm hoping it is.
I mean, it should be. I mean, that's her character.
Yeah, it is her character. But back to Bruno. I'm sorry, dude. I'm a Bruno fan, right? Do you think
he's gonna leave?
Dude, do you think he goes to Caltech, man? Do you think he goes to Caltech?
No.
You don't think he does?
I think if he does, he'll go for like a little bit, and then he's gonna come back at an opportune time. He's like, "Hey, I'm back," and then like, "Oh, we need you, Bruno."
Yeah, like
and he's gonna do some tech thing that helps save the day or something. I don't know.
You always gotta have that character who's just like impossibly good with tech and like make anything happen. Like, bro, my man made his own AI, and I'm like, dude,
that was cool.
Apple's a multi-trillion-dollar company and can't even get it right. So like, how's my boy Bruno doing? Somebody hire this guy. But what other plot points from the episode do you want to talk about?
I guess the main thing would be is her great grandmother gonna be good or bad? I feel like at this point she's gonna be good because I feel like they're trying to misdirect us. Like, oh, she killed somebody. Yeah. And all this other stuff that the Illuminantes were talking about.
Weird name.
I feel like it's a misdirect, and she's actually gonna try and mentor Kamala. Yeah. And then the real big bad is going to be from the DoDC.
I think that Grandma is going to be a good person too. I don't think they're I agree with you. They're trying to misdirect us. I just don't understand what the DoDC wants. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is their whole? It was odd. Like their whole thing. Well, I guess it kind of makes sense because like when Spider-Man got outed as Peter Parker, they went after Peter Parker because I guess of like collateral damage maybe, and like also is the Sokovia Accord still a thing? I'm not really sure anymore. Like they stopped obeying that in 2017 in Spider-Man: Homecoming. So yeah, the Sokovia Accords had no bearing on what happened, but maybe that could be something to do with it. Maybe they're the ones who enforce it. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess if you align that with No Way Home, it makes sense. But
I mean, they brought the same guy back. It was kind of like them bringing Jimmy Woo in for WandaVision.
That's true, yeah, that's a good point.
Like, they kept continuity in the company, which I think is pretty important. So
yeah, and I don't know. I feel like if we get Inhumans and we get mutants on a broader scale, that's going to have to be a pretty big company to track them all down. And at that point, why would you? I mean, mutants and Inhumans are, at least in the X-Men universe, are kind of like a part of life.
Yeah, but also like in certain storylines, like in like mutants are looked down upon.
That's true. Yeah, see,
that's so are Inhumans. Yeah. So like they're seen as like, especially I know in the Marvel's Avengers game, which a lot of people don't like, which is okay. But the main story, like basically, whenever all the Inhumans got affected with the Terrigen Mist in San Francisco, they were like basically eradicated by AIM because they were considered like cursed, pretty much, kind of like what the Illuminantes were talking about. So maybe that's kind of what they're going with, is like these, like if they're actually Inhuman and they're actually mutant, maybe they're being like towed away somewhere.
Because that comes up in the X-Men universe too, about there being like a divide and disunity.
That's actually a huge plot point. Like that's like Magneto's whole thing is like everybody hates mutants, so he hates normal people.
Yeah. So I think there is some ill intent. Maybe not from that guy we saw from No Way Home, but on the higher up level.
Yeah, I could definitely
maybe
see
they're trying to hunt them all down to like kill them or something. Or at least eliminate them, make them look bad, something. I don't know.
Yeah, I see. The problem is I don't really know a lot of Miss Marvel main villains. It's whatever. I'm sorry. But I don't know, like, if there's somebody at the top of DoDC that could be like a main Miss Marvel villain that I don't know. I don't really know. it's so early in this episode, and I've actually heard on Twitter that it's actually going to take a pretty dark turn here soon. So
Ooh.
that's what I'm hearing. That's what I've heard per the directors on Twitter. So no spoilers, obviously, but they're saying that the uppity vibe of the first episode, especially, is going to end up shifting, which I'm actually kind of excited about. I want to see.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I that was something I was saying to you too. I think the directing in this series has been great.
It has been really good. I mean, there's some things that I obviously wouldn't do if I was directing, but I'm able to look past that because I'm like, at least like I can see the director's vision here. I can see what they want, and I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a story they're trying to tell, and I'm okay with that.
I think. Yeah, they're doing a good job at it. They're telling the story the way they want to very well.
Mm-hmm. In a way that honors the fans as well, too.
Yeah, and I think the visuals, everything, the way that some of the shots are framed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've done a good job.
I definitely like the vibe that they have on the buildings, like, especially in the first episode, how like she was texting Bruno back and forth and it was displaying on the back wall. I love that part. I thought that was sick, and then also how she was texting Cameron and kind of like, it was kind of the same little thing, which I thought was really cool. It just, like, you really do feel like you're living inside of her head, almost.
Yeah, and it's something new.
It is something new. It's a different take on, like you're living inside the head of a teenage girl, which sounds kind of weird when you really think about it, but, like, it's different, and I kind of like it, so. Yeah. But it kind of also sounds weird. It's a different, whatever. That's not the point. Let us know what you guys think, Nicholas especially. We like to hear your opinions, and we know you're waiting for this video to drop. Should be out soon. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.